Good morning. Been a while. I've been up to some stuff around here. Haven't done much in the way of recording or streaming on this server. Still getting all the fundamentals started, doing all the base work. There's not much going on really currently. I really need to put on my leather boots, but we'll get them when we get back upstairs. Right now I'm just smelting some iron so I can get a composter going. This is my cave structure underneath. It's not anything fancy. There's no lush cave or anything down here. And I will show you that more once we have gathered some of this. That should be more than enough for what I need, and the rest of it can just cook. So it branches off in several different directions, and I do have a couple of strip mines that I have started on various levels that are down here in order to effectuate correct zones for digging out. It's still a big hot mess. We're still getting everything organized. We're still in the resource gathering phase. I haven't built any of the farms yet, but this goes up to iron level, and there's another one that's much lower. So I just was digging through this block at 94, 95 for coal and collecting cobble so I could do some nether work, which I have done some. We found our fortress. So I'm going to show you around just a little bit here, but I do want to go outside because when I went down here, it was snowing. So yeah, there's a lot of infrastructure work, quality of life improvements that haven't been made yet. I'm still working on them. I wanted to get my villager set up and my iron farm going, and I have not yet. I can easily. The biome that I chose presents a lot of challenges, and I knew that that was going to be the way, so my progress has been slowed a little bit because it's all snow out here, which is absolutely gorgeous. Like, I love it. I absolutely love it, but it is hard to build in. You have to dig yourself out quite a bit and do other things. So I've got some copper. I've got my starter home working on it. It was originally a box. I ripped out some of the walls. I did actually have a fully sealed compartment, but then I turned it off. Or not turned it off, but tore down some of the walls, and I'm working on getting that all textured up, but I'm waiting for the copper to cook. And in the meantime, I went and I got myself some warp stem because I really needed it, especially for this color. I needed a contrasting color for the copper here. So we'll take a step back and we'll just kind of show you a little bit. So you can see I've kind of got copper all spaced out here. And I've got all kinds of wood around here. I've got birch and oak in plentiful quantity around. So I've got acacia planted, I've got dark oak planted, I've got jungle planted. And the really interesting thing about the acacia, and I don't know if that's just an effect of the biome, but the acacia leaves actually match, and I never realized this before, I don't know if this is new, they actually match the grass color of the biome here, which I found incredibly interesting. Well, hello there, dude. So I've got my nether portal set, which is easy. And really, we just need this copper to work. But I've got all the basics going. I've got pumpkins, got my melons, got my chickens, got my sheep. I haven't built a sheep farm yet. I will build that around my villager breeder for the beds. I've got my cows, my wheat, my carrots, my beets, my potatoes, cactus, bamboo, everything. We have nether work going on. The fortress is actually right by my nether portal, which was pure happenstance and absolute brilliant luck. Got my enchanting set up here. I'm just waiting for more levels right now. And it's, like I said, it's all basic. It's nothing fancy at all. So right now the primary goal is to get this structure completed. It's obviously still has a lot of work on it, and once I've done that I can do more. So if I walk around a little bit, just a little bit of reminder, so this is base camp, and you know what, before I go walking around, I should put on some leather boots. Just gotta figure out what chest to put them in. reminder of just how awesome and gorgeous this place is. And we'll go through the portal here and we'll show you that a little bit and we'll get back to work on that. We're still waiting for, I gotta build a composter and get some things composting. And we'll make a much easier way to get up and around, and I've got to do a lot of tree chopping. I need a lot of lumber. But this was the reason for the build site here. And what's even better is I found a raid farther away when I came to this general area, and I found another one that's really close to here. But this is actually where our build site is going to be once we're ready to really get going. It's absolutely stunning. I couldn't ask for. It's pretty much flat. I've got elevation I can work with. It's the look that I'm going for, and it can be anything. It can be, you know, I wanted to kind of maybe do like an homage to the throne for Arthas in World of Warcraft. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. This place is kind of singing to me in a little bit of a different way the longer I play around here. It's almost too beautiful and too pristine to kind of do something like that, but I am still considering it. I do have mountains, so, you know, we'll build tunnels through all that for emerald digging. But I mean, it's just absolutely, absolutely stunning. It's just perfect, at least for me. Yeah, it'll be hard. I'm trying to do all my agriculture outside of this particular biome just because the snow will make it hard for growing. So it was also kind of fortuitous that this biome exists right here as well. So I can do a lot of my crafting and my actual yard work, crop growing here in a different biome, and still get the benefit of the biome that I really like. I absolutely love spruce. It's my favorite tree, favorite wood, aside from dark oak. But I have everything. I have, there's actually beehives over here, which I haven't collected yet. I'm not to that stage. I'm going to need to since I'm already working with copper a little bit. But if I come down this way, there are beehives. And what's even more important is I have a raid that is really close to where my mega build is going to be. So I do need to get the villagers going, but I really, really, really want to get my house built just because of the snow. I have to get that taken care of and done. I mean, kind of all my stuff's kind of sitting outside except for the mining camp, and it gets really annoying when it starts to snow. No animals really collected yet except for livestock, and luckily they haven't attacked my chickens yet, but I can take care of that quickly. I can just build a little farm for them. I really do need to get on that little part though. But if I come over here, if I remember correctly, this should be the area. Just over this hill and to the left. Oh, berries. Ow, 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 ow. There should be a raid. I might have already passed it. I think I might have already passed it. Where are my coordinates? 6692. No, I haven't. And yeah, there's also this, which is bloody brilliant as well for me. Like, there it is, right there. I mean, this is just perfect. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better build site. It took me a while to find it while everybody else got started on their base camps, but this is just absolutely bloody perfect. It's all right there, and it's just, for me anyway, absolutely gorgeous. I haven't found a lush cave yet. I have a little bit of dripstone, so we'll get the dripstone lava going, but these are all long-term projects. I don't play very often. I play a couple hours here and there a day, so it's not like an 8 to 12 hour a day Zerg fest. So I have, I have to do it when I can. I do have bees here, luckily, but I'll collect those, as I mentioned earlier. Our nether fortress did have nether wart, but there are no blaze spawners, which has actually made it much safer, to be honest. And it was really kind of just accidental. Wanted to get my nether tunnel built. If my wife chooses to play, spawn is very, very far from where I am, so I wanted to make sure that she could log in and that I could get her over to our base camp quickly. She hasn't decided if she's going to or not yet, so she may not. But, and you can see what's left over for me cutting down some trees around here earlier. Really, what I need to do is get a composter going, and I needed more of the correct nether wood in order to match that blue, and also just to keep with the theme. So I've got some dark oak, and I have to chop down some trees and do all that kind of stuff. But we'll go to the nether real quick before we get working on any other projects and getting to the build, just to kind of show you what we're dealing with. And even that jungle tree is just, I think it's just the biome itself affecting, like it affects the grass. I didn't know it necessarily did that very much. In other biomes, the color of the leaves is definitely much different, but for the jungle tree, it looks like it matches. The acacia looks like it matches. The oak and the spruce and the birch all look normal, but for some reason the acacia and the jungle, I don't know if they're affected by the biome in some way or if it's just a trick of the eye and it just appears that way to me, but it looks like they match the color scheme of the grass pretty well. We're gonna sleep real quick and then we'll go inside. I still have to set up a fishing camp. I need name tags. I haven't done that yet. I'm probably going to do it right over here off this coast. Sleep real fast. And I have diamonds, but I haven't really gone serious diamond hunting. A lot of the other folks have been doing that. I'm just trying to get my roots going here. I did make it easy for people to come and go and for me to come and go, using less food to get around. So there's a villager, or there's a village that way, and there's also an igloo with both villagers still intact in it, and that's probably going to be where I'm going to start my breeder when I get to it. Should be far enough away that it's not going to hurt. I might move it. I should probably move it a lot closer just for consolidation, but it's all there. So if I come here, this is the tunnel to link up with spawn. And my friend helped me link it. So I had originally built it where I'm going to show you here in a second. Oops, mouse, high sensitivity. So this is all going to change. I just wanted an easy mark, so if somebody needed to come to the nether fortress, they could easily find it through the tunnel. So put these stairs in, because it's quite a hike up, and it's a lot of food usage. And there's also protection. So you come out here, and I've built this little cobblestone hut, which I'll tear down and make better looking, was where I originally had my portal built. And so we tore it down and linked it with the portal. And then after we got done with that, which, honestly, he got here from base camp faster than I could dig down from 84 to 14, because we did it on another level. I was just kind of walking around, and I've since built this easy mark to it, so it's very easy for people to get to and from. But lo and behold, right there is the fortress. So, Wither Skull time, easy, no stress, no spawners. It's actually very safe, so normally blazes would be kind of floating through the air and knocking your socks off even this close. Every once in a while you'll get one, but it's really not bad. And you just got protection down into the fortress and all the way back. So it worked out pretty well. I'm pretty pleased with that. And we're all set in the event of Blaze's being silly happy. So it's easy for folks to get around. So early game making things happen. Copper cooking. We have to get bone meal made so that I can create more wood. Got a little bit of diorite, got a little bit of andesite as an accent color. I got a little bit of clay that I made into some bricks just to kind of accent a little bit. I don't have much. I haven't found calcite or geode yet. So the kind of winter Tudor quasi look that I'm going for the starter house. I'm probably going to have to tear down some walls later as I find other resources and make it better looking. And I fully anticipate having to do that. Well, I guess the first thing is let's get some chests and some hoppers going and get a composter going. Because I'm going to need more workwood. I'm going to have to find a place to do a manual kind of a little farm for it. And I'll automate it later. I really just need to get away from the snow, covered by it, so it can fall and I can enjoy it without having to worry about digging myself out from it. 1, 2 hoppers. 1 chest, 2 chests, and now I need a composter. Should be some slabs if I'm not mistaken, so let's try to make those first and see if that pops it. 1 more slab. And we'll just do a temporary little setup. We'll put it right over here. For right now, anyway. Oh, wrong spot. Dang it. Okay. That did not work out in my favor. There we go. And for you, there shall be great things. Now, what I need to also figure out is where exactly I want to put some other stuff here. So the idea for this is I'm probably going to bring this back a little bit and move this particular look over just a hair. This is the main road up, and you know I have to make it not all stone brick. I'm going to have to change that, but that's a fix for later. I do kind of want this little arching tunnel underneath, and then I'm going to do a wraparound porch that covers here. I've got to fix the rest of the fireplace. Like it's all basically just stone brick right now in order to get the base design, and then I'm just going to tear it down and rebuild as I go. And I really need to get these chests organized. I got stuff everywhere of all kinds, and it's, you know, it's a little silly. I admit that. I kind of like that look a little bit. I might change some of this because it's a little too bland. I got to do some work on the walls, but really the important thing right now is I need that copper and I need that warpwood stem. So that's why I got this stuff and why I'm working on the bone meal. And I just need a good place that's flat to do this, and also in range of the copper so it can continue to weather. And I'll have to tear this down because I'm not going to like it being where it is. I know I'm not going to. We'll automate this probably with Crimson. I'll just put it right here for now. Do is I'll just bone meal this to get more of the goodies that I want. I'll probably bring a chest over here. It's all just kind of temporary stuff around where I need to be. It's really the story. We have a 4-chunk render distance. Some of those copper blocks, even that far away, may not even be getting hit by me, but as you can tell, I have been building with snow. I don't like that I don't have much in the way of contrasting block to that white. And yes, it does look cattywampus. This was the original line right here. And then I extended it out because it was just too much of a box and I didn't like it. Which is obviously presenting issues for me in the rest of the design. Especially since I know what I want to do, but you know, I've got this kind of quasi floor here. And put this back. I'll just keep those on. I'm going to need I'm not using my diamonds. I have plenty, but I need the enchanting setup. I have like the enchanting table, but there's still a lot to do. Being conservative to start because it's usually the way I operate. I'm going to need a lot of these too. We'll come back here if we need those. And we should grab some dirt blocks to tower with. And let's double check our copper. Yep, we do have some more. Did I put it in there is the question, and I may very well have. Nope, right here. I don't think there's going to be more than 8, and we'll go ahead and put you back. And keep the chest monster growing and being absolutely ridiculous. That was it. I put a lot of these blocks down last night. I played for maybe like 40 minutes last night. I was going to play a little bit longer, but ended up watching some boob tube with the wife, and that was it. Goat head? Nope. Let's go check our composter and see what we got. I should probably cut these down too. And if you saw anything on my survival world, obviously what I'm doing right now is just getting the yield together in order to automate and build a machine for all that. So I'll worry about the eggs later. I guess we should really take care of this right now too. several stacks. I don't even know if it's because I was breeding the chickens, so I only have 1 stack of seed so far, and I need a total of 8 of each of these in order to really get going with what I need to get going with. And this is just setting up the infrastructure for the villagers. It's really all this is. So it's slow progress. I'm not really ready for the villager compost yet, or the villager automated farm yet. So until then, it's all manual. Which I don't mind necessarily. I've also heard zombies right around in here, and I think they've got to be underneath. I'm not entirely certain where they are. I'll have to figure what that is, too. Yeah, you can hear them walking around. It's like underneath here is where they are. Beetroot seed. I do not believe that I'm going to use beets in the villager farm. They were problematic. Like I had to have 2 operating because you have to fill their inventory in order to feed the villager that doesn't need it. And it ended up being a problematic thing for me. It was like having too much, and there was all kinds of beetroot that was just sitting down. So I'll have to take a look at the mechanics on that. There's something about the beetroot farm that I don't have necessarily, at least on a villager level, understood yet. Break these tools, get them out of my inventory. Probably harvest the root too, but I need to make some shears, so I'll have to do that real quick before we get going. And do I have another axe? Sure do. I put the iron away, so I don't believe I have any shears over here. But yeah, this one looks like it's ready, this one looks like it's ready, this one not, but these 3 look like they're okay. And the wheat we will use to braid. Yep, basic starter, nothing huge, nothing fancy, just working on the things, and already. Okay, and what we'll do is get rid of these. They only give me 24? Really? That's kind of lame. It's not taking the rotten potatoes either. Okay. Well, learn something new. Oh yeah, shears. Before I forget. Doobie-doo. Alright, 1, And done. I do have, there's really only one, there's a couple enchanting or potion components I'm missing for basic starter. I'm not really all that concerned with that right now. Obviously, phantoms need to be taken care of, and I need more glowstone dust. I manage to silk touch 3 glowstone. Doobie-doobie-doo. Come on now. There we go. So we'll probably end this little short little stream here. Well, not end, but we'll stop recording here, and then I'll record again later. Might take a little bit of a bio break here after I've done this a little bit. But yeah, it's time to get more materials so I can build this house and get it done so I can continue to work. All right. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I might show you a couple clips later. Thank you. So we'll record a little bit here. Looks like nighttime's about to fall here. All right, so, and what else we need to cut this? Great idea. Worked well as a ceiling for the previous area, but not so much now. So we'll cut this down. I'm going to leave this part right by the stairs, just in case I decide to keep the stairs there. Okay, so what we need is this area here needs to taper up a little more, maybe to right about here, and then we can start to, I need to tear down that snow though real quick in this whole section real fast. I should have another axe. Oh, I used them all. Okay. Let's get rid of this. So we are completely cleansed of what the previous idea was. This can probably stay though. And we are going to need to put block here. That's for preparation for later. I probably won't even get to that today. But might as well take care of it while I'm here. And let's go ahead and get rid of the rest of this stuff right over here while we can. Chop this all up. So I originally was going with the spruce overhang design, and I really wanted more of a winter look to it. So I went with the copper, and that's why I went and got all the warped wood. I just wasn't happy with the way this was looking, and I wanted it to do more and play more with the environment that it is with. I can't tell if there's any more copper to be used. Yeah, there's a couple more pieces. Might as well grab it real quick, dump this stuff off. That real quick because it'll be faster. Go ahead and put you away for now, put you away for now. I'm just going to come back and be running through all this stands, and also we should cook that clay up real quick too. Get a little more break. Through the copper field. I think that's all we have for right now. Looks like it. Okay, now. Alright, so we also need to chop this thing down here too. Now, what I need to do is also put some more dirt here. Right, yep, right, okay. And get rid of this guy. And I'm going to need to make more stairs. I'll probably need to make more, but I'm being ultra conservative with it. It's going to slow the whole process down by using this material, but... And I'll save more with using the warp wood. And what, I want to go up one more, right? Is that the idea? And do I get rid of this? Yeah, I probably do. I'm probably going to have to remove that fireplace, I think. Alright, so that's where we're going to meet. And we have this over here. Yeah, we probably should just bust that all out into copper stairs. Yep. Slow additions. And that means that this whole block has to go too. Oh, it's okay. I need to go to bed anyway. Alright, now let's get rid of the dirt that we have set that we can. I'm going to need another spoon. There we go. Alright, let's take a step back and take a look and see what we're dealing with here. Alright, so yeah, we definitely need to add in the second floor. I do like the color contrast there. I'm going to have to add some andesite and some normal stone in there to level it out a little bit. The windows, I might need to make them single pane. They're a little bit too high. So I don't know if I'm going to do a single block straight across from the side, but we do need to work on the second floor now. Get an idea of what we're dealing with there. Let's see if I have any more copper. I don't think I grabbed it all, but I might have. Yeah, I did. So we're just going to have to wait on that. So now it's more a matter of where am I going to put. So if this is going to join up, how far up am I going to go? Right. I think this whole thing needs to come down. I don't think this is going to live. It's not in the right spot anymore. this part I think needs to stay because that's going to link up with the one underneath it. So that part can stay, but the rest of it needed to go. Maybe? I think I should probably just remove the entire floor. We're almost out of time for today, so I'm obviously not gonna, we're nowhere near close to finishing this, but we've at least demolished the incorrect framework for the first part. Keep the stairway up for right now as an access route. Collect all this junk. Alright, so if I want to have this taper up into, I'm thinking maybe one more level here. I wonder if we should just go all the way with it and then do it this way. And then that will help set, and I'm probably going to have to end up tearing down those stairs, but it could be that this fireplace here has to go also. So do we taper the roof all the way through? No, it's just that one section. Right, so it would be, here's the terminate, oh, one more is the termination point for this particular section. Right here. So this angle will come up one more here. And then we can make the second floor off of this section right here, but we need more copper for that to work. This stuff has to oxidize. So we're really just kind of waiting on the oxidization point. So like this. And then, you know, we might square this off a little bit. So it'll terminate here. And then this would be the next section of the roof. So, oops. Yep. that, bring it up, and then this would be, so if I have some dark oak, I might be able to at least set a framework. And I'm going to need some more dirt. Set a framework for it. Right here. Set it there, and then the other one would of course be on this plane here. Oops. That was mistake, eh? Okay. I'm half tempted to just be AFK and let the copper oxidize that exists. We're on this plane here. And then it would be oh, I'm not high enough on the other end. That's a problem. So the question is it right? You know? So we have our answer. That one's too high. Could all be completely wrong. So we'll see when we have more oxidized copper if I can make the ceiling or the roof work to it. This seems a little bit too low. If this is terminating over here, I would need to be here with it. That doesn't mean that those other crossbeams down there are going to end up being wrong. As far as like build height, it might be, but as far as like the support or look, it might be okay. So let's take a look like from the interior of it, and even for the exterior, especially if you're doing like a Tudor design, because you do need to have crossbeams. So it could end up being okay, and I think it might. I think it'll be. Just need more dark oak for more framework, and let's see if we have any more copper that we can take care of while we're out here. And this is the thing when you're building in survival and you're not pre-building in creative. It's a lot of, well, okay, I'm kind of just freehanding it. I know what I want stylistically in my head. That's way too square, but this is a finishing touch. This is just more kind of a concept idea of what I wanted the foundation to look like, where it wasn't all stone, and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So there will be stone, andesite, and I did put in a granite brick. I'll probably do some polished granite as well. I've got some wall blocks here in the corners, which will kind of set that up, and I'll have to fix this little portion right there. This part works, that part right there where it joins does not. So that's all part of the process. Let's kind of take a look at it from over here real quick. I mean, I love the color palette. I need to get in more warped wood to it, so we have a little bit more variation. And then we will Tudor the top. So you see where the dark oak is. So the Tudor usually is like there's usually a beam pattern that's usually like a dark oak or a spruce, at least within the context of the game, and you can either do that with like fence posts or you can do it with solid blocks. As this is frame, we're doing it with solid blocks. I may tear that center section out that you see there. It may end up not working out, but it could be an interesting thing. The only thing I'm really worried about right now is this part joining with it and window height. What's the window going to look like? And then that fireplace is also going to be an issue. So if the fireplace is a joined fireplace, in this room, it's in the right spot. It's perfectly fine. Like I may end up having to tear it out and move it and bring it in more. But that means that, if I wanted to save it, that fireplace has to be on the same plane as it was before. Up here, where this pallet or this stack of blocks is. So it could end up staying there, but it'll have to be brought in more in order for it to work, which isn't necessarily going to, at least within the confines of Minecraft, work out very well. I could end up ripping this section out and just having this roof terminate right here and bring this whole thing back to the wall. We'll figure that out as we go. I do want to get this, at least this part of the building process done, and I need to complete this by this week. Because I'm way behind on farms and economy, very much behind on it. But it's kind of essential, at least for this biome, for me to actually have a structure that I'm happy in living with, because the snow is a thing. It is a real contributor to having to dig yourself out, which it makes perfect sense that it would do that. So let's just go ahead and finish. Oh, where it looks fall. Let's do that too. Yeah. So this week is going to be all about getting this house built, and hopefully we can get onto villager breeding and getting the iron farm set up and the raid farm set up, so we can start creating some loot. And actually going back to the main area, which you guys haven't seen yet. You haven't seen where spawn is, so we'll kind of show you that too, hopefully. I haven't been back there since I've been out here. Actually, the farthest I've been is where we terminate with the nether and go to the nether fortress. So there's all kinds of stuff that is happening back at spawn that I'm not aware of or privy to, and we need to work on that. So yeah, this center beam may end up being absolute garbage. We might end up just tearing it completely down, but let's it might be way too, it might interfere with windows way too much. I think for the grade of the roof, it's fine. You know, in order for this to terminate up correctly and for it to terminate into this wall. But that means that the floor height for this is right here. So this stair is in the wrong spot. It will have to come out and move. So we'll see what it all pans out to. And I hope that makes sense. The way why that's in the wrong spot. I would think that it does. If the floor is now here, then obviously that stair that we already have pre-constructed to get around in here, and what was the original one, is in the wrong spot. Because this is now where the floor is. And then this will be more... Yeah, I don't even put that there. So we'll see, it might be one block off for the stair unit, as we just kind of discovered, because it's fine. Right here. Bring it up one, boom, boom. Bring it up, bring it up. Well, no, it might be fine, except that this is the floor. So we'll see. We'll see where that works out. Maybe that'll be just fine. But night is falling, and I do, in fact, have real life to attend to. So I do appreciate very much you guys viewing. I'll go ahead and try to get this thing uploaded, and we will be back with more. Thank you. Have a great day.